is episode 3. This week's show starts out with Selena and Nikki having a meeting. Selena is telling Nikki what happened between Kiki and Shadow on last week's episode in the studio, where Kiki swore she saw the lady, the receptionist person, touch Shadow some kind of way, and she flipped. So Selena and Nikki decide to confront Kiki about her relationship with Michael again, and they they pretty much decide that Selena's going to be the one mainly to be confronting Kiki, and Selena's wondering like, Nikki likes to control everything. Why is she not taking this opportunity to control this situation? And then on a little side interview, Nikki pretty much says, "Well, I don't want nobody flipping out on me." Bitch, as good as you flip and turn into the Nikki monster and get the stomping and pointing that shit and ordering motherfuckers around, you don't want nobody to flip on you. See, she could dish it, but she can't take it. That's what a problem is. So they agree that Selena's gonna be the main one to confront her, but Nikki swears, okay, but I'm gonna have your back. I'm gonna back you up. I'm gonna be the co-signer. I'm gonna co-sign everything you say. So Faith invites Kiki and Monifa to work with who they call Big Jim, but I just refuse to call him Big Jim because he ain't look like a big dude, and I don't know him personally, so I don't know why they call him Big Jim. So until I find out, he's just gonna be Jim and whatnot, and they get into how Nikki's not passionate about singing again, and they spend time talking on that. On a side note, during the little side interviews, Faith, right? She had this, long hair with a China cut bang, and her bang was I don't know, but it was just crazy uneven. It was like slanted to the Monifa seems very moved by the rehearsal. She was like deeply touched. She just like you can tell she really enjoys singing and doing something with herself. I believe in her and her recovery because she is just all in. She's so dedicated. I hope she's doing well. So everybody except Faye goes out to dinner. So Monifa at the dinner, she brings up, is it ever gonna just be like the girls? Like, is Shadow really gonna come everywhere you go? To Kiki, right? She's like, it's not a problem. I'm just trying to figure out, like, are we ever gonna be able to have girl time? Like, that's what I thought we was gonna do. Is all girls make an album, but come to find out, you got a Shadow. So Selena, having already just talked about this just recently, she's like, oh my goodness, this is a signal, this is a sign that now is the perfect time that me and Nikki was talking about. I should bring up how she really need to stop having a Shadow. So she chooses this time and she runs with Monifa bringing up that topic. Nikki Nikki just disagrees with her. She's like, "We, who are you to be bringing this up?" She just totally flips, in my opinion, because her meet with Selena made it seem like to me that she had an issue with the like with their relationship. And now, when it comes down to Selena confronting them, she seems like she's just backpedaling to me. She's like, "Oh, we got no issue. It ain't in our business." Whoopie woo why. I don't know though, because Nikki did kind of make a point though. She was like that they're not qualified to be approaching her about this. They're not qualified to, and I feel they agree because I feel like Nikki got some real deep seated mental issues in which she need to work out. She got some real deep seated issues that she need to work out, and in order to be a normal, functional, productive member of society, she do need professional help, in my opinion. So Nikki ends up getting upset because she doesn't feel like they're qualified to be talking about Kiki to this when she should have said that at the original meeting with Selena if that's how she felt. I feel like she clean flip flop when it comes down to it and Selena actually brings it up. Now you feel like, oh, I ain't qualified to say stuff about this, and she gets up and stomps out. So, after Nikki leaves, Kiki shares a little bit more. She goes a little bit more into detail about how she always was left alone in her previous relationship. She starts crying. She's like, my last boyfriend cheated. I don't know how to be by myself. And if I don't have him, then I'm just gonna be empty. Kiki goes a little more into detail about her previous relationships, and she's like, she says she feels like she's nothing if she doesn't have Shadow, and it was sad though. I ain't gonna lie. something had got in my eye, and I was like, dang, that's fucked up how that happened to her like that, while I was getting it out my eye. But, once I had got it out my eye, I was like, after hearing, about Kiki's past relationship and why she is how she is now. Monifa says, that she can relate to that because she used to have similar feelings when she was on drugs or whatever, or maybe that's what caused her to do drugs. And so she said that she went to counseling and it really helped her. So she does feel like she also feels like Nikki feels that Kiki should get some professional help. I feel like that too. That's a good idea. Um, another side note, Faye's bang on the side interviews, her bang still wasn't quite there. You know, damn it. Then it goes to a scene where Shadow and Kiki are at the house chilling, and so Shadow asks Kiki, how do you feel after the dinner, after everything kind of came out like that, how you kind of exhaled in front of your girlfriends, and she was like, I feel the same. He was like, yeah, but now you done told other people, how you feel, and they can relate to you because they've been through the same type of stuff. She was like, I talked to people before, I feel the same. So I guess Shadow ain't gonna get no alone time, no time soon. Still, I don't know. Selena and Kiki go kickboxing. They kickboxing. They talking about dinner, Nikki Monster, what they think happened, and that they got to get to the bottom. They got to call this meeting and figure out why Nikki flipped and what's going on. So after me and Nikki comes in, she's like, well, I didn't have to walk out like that. That was, I was rude. My bad. Excuse me. Whatever. Sorry, y'all. Oops. Oopsies. Oopsie daisy. Um, then she pretty much goes, but I had talked to Celine about that shit earlier, and I don't like how she brought that shit up, a week or whatever before she's supposed to go into labor, and you hear you bullying her. Y'all bullies. You a bully, but basically she ain't say shit about Monique. She was basically saying Selena was a bully. Selena, she sit there and look at her for a second, and she like, I ain't bring that shit up. Monifa brought it up. That's true as fuck. Monifa did bring that shit up. So I I kind of feel like it's like Selena said at kickboxing. Like Nikki must have that must have been something personal. She must be angry about something else that's going on in her life. I don't know. Maybe she's frustrated because she can't get to singing shit together because she's not passionate enough. I don't know, but she must have been mad about some other shit and decided to take it out on her at that time. I guess. No, so Nikki keeps bringing up, that they wasn't qualified to have that type of conversation with a woman who has this many psychological and emotional issues. Like they wasn't qualified to go there, and it was a bad time. She about to go into labor next week. So Selena's like, well, we just gonna have to agree to disagree. I felt like I was not pressing her. I ain't go too far. I'm just trying to empower her to be more independent and to love herself more. And every day and all the time is a good time for that. Basically, is what Selena was saying, and Nikki was like, "No, that ain't right. You're wrong, and I'm right." And Selena was like, "Well, we just gonna have to agree to disagree." And Nikki was like, "No, I ain't agreeing to that shit because I'm right." And then they talked a little bit more, and then Selena was like, "Again, we just gonna have to agree to disagree." And Nikki finally was like, "All right, I agree to disagree." Oh, so it turns out Kelly Price is considering jumping in on this project, which would be great because Kelly Price is another very talented singer that I really enjoy listening to. So Kiki and Shadow go to the hospital because Kiki's about to get induced, and so they go ahead and they start her induction, and she starts having contraction, and she seems to be in a lot of pain, and she like, Shadow, where you at? And Shadow in the corner drinking some damn juice. I thought that shit was hilarious. Huh? You want something? What? Drinking some damn juice. Oh, that shit was hilarious. So then it goes to a scene where Nikki and Monifa are doing vocal training, and again, Nikki gets caught not feeling it, and they want to know why. They want to get to the root of why. And all these damn vocal trainers and producers and everybody, why they want to be Nikki's psychologist? Well, why don't you feel it? Sit down on the couch. Let's talk about it. Now, what did you say? When they get qualified to ask her all these damn personal questions, I said, now that's that shit she was saying that Selena wasn't qualified to do, but yet when these motherfucking producers and vocal coaches asking you all these motherfucking personal questions, you ain't flip on them, Nikki Monster. You like, well, I like my friend, and you explaining to them, but when Selena asks you some shit, you flip. I'm just saying. That's why I'm saying that Selena was on or something when she was saying something else was going on with Nikki. It ain't had shit to do with me. She flipping about something totally different, and I triggered it. That's all. You was right, Selena. Something else was going on because she let a million other motherfuckers ask her personal shit, but you asked one motherfucking question, not even to her, and she flipped. So they go back to the delivery room, and Kiki and Shadow are um, still in the process of labor, and apparently the baby's up high and pressing down on her pelvis bone, so they're considering a C-section. And Nikki doesn't want a C-section. She's kind of scared. She's like, I had all my other 5 kids, the first part of the football team vaginally. Now this one might have to be born a C-section, and she's scared. And I just thought it was funny. I thought it was ironic that the chick accused of cutting somebody, you know, got this reputation for being a scary bitch who cut people. Now they threatened to cut her ass, and she's scared as fuck. I thought that shit was funny. It should be illegal for you to watch my video and not rate, comment, or subscribe. Seriously, I'm gonna press charges if you don't. I'm pressing charges. Well, Kiki is having complications with her labor. Selena comes in and she just all wrong place, wrong time conversation. She just starts talking about all the wrong type of stuff at the wrong time. Kiki is nervous about possibly getting cut. And this bitch wants to talk about, oh, everything went wrong at my delivery and I had to have a C-section. It was traumatized and I was traumatized and I can't believe everything was going on. And she's just talking about the wrong stuff at the wrong time. I was just like, shh, shh. Get her like I do my son. I'm shh, shh. So finally, they flip Kiki on her side, and the baby drops. He slides down into the right position. So, she's ready for birth now, and so she's ready to go ahead and have the baby naturally. She ain't have to get cut, and so the baby drops, and she's pushing, and she pushed him out, and the baby's born, and they like, oh, look at the baby, it's the baby, ooh. And but the baby is blue. So they're like, oh, pink. And everything beeping and everybody running around in circles. And she's like, what's going on with the baby? Then, the doctor suctions the baby's mouth out and nose and whatnot. And, then he could breathe. And everything was fine. So I just want to tell y'all, that I appreciate y'all watching my videos and everything like that. But I'm going to need for y'all to rate and comment and subscribe because I think it's truly disrespectful when you don't. And I'm going to start taking it real personal if y'all don't subscribe. And I think it should be illegal. I think it should be illegal for you to come on my channel and watch my video and don't rate, comment, or subscribe. And I'm gonna change this light around. And I'm gonna sue you. I'm suing you if you don't subscribe. I'm gonna sue you. I'm pressing charges. I'm pressing charges if you don't subscribe. I'm gonna press charges. I'm pressing charges.